Now on Good Morning Northwest, federal troops could deploy to 3 more American cities under President Trump's expansion plan. Governors say the president manufactures a crisis while crime numbers actually drop.
And it is a sizzling hot start to the week. When the heat, it will break, when the haze will clear. And your first alert forecast.
A month-long road closure begins today on Maxwell Avenue in West Central Spokane. The changes crews will make and a look at detours around that work. Take a look at it all. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, August 25th. Welcome to the start of your week. Let's kick things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast. Starting a hot start to the day.
Hot start to the day. It is mild temperatures in the mid-60s, and this is our last morning sunrise before 6 a.m. Came up just about 2 minutes ago at 5:59. Sunset at 7:42 on what is going to be another hot and hazy day around the inland Northwest. It was a broiler this weekend, and we are going to be quite uncomfortable again as we head towards noon. Hazy conditions, upper 80s. We'll see a few more clouds this afternoon. That's really going to help us as far as it not feeling as bad as the sun beating down on you with that extra cloud cover, but it's still going to be quite warm. Temperatures in the middle and upper 90s for this afternoon. Once again, air quality is in the moderate range in Spokane. It's been staying that way for a while, but things have improved a lot down by Pullman, Lewiston, into the Grangeville area where we were in the red and the purple as far as unhealthy air quality. Things are looking a whole lot better here this morning. So air quality is improving. Temperatures, however, staying the same for a little longer. We'll show you when the heat breaks coming up.
We are following breaking news in St. Mary's of a deadly car fire. According to Idaho State Police, a vehicle caught fire early yesterday afternoon on Reeds Creek Road. The driver, a 60-year-old man from St. Mary's, was life-flighted to the hospital with serious injuries. 2 kids were also in the car. One of them did not survive. The other was not hurt and was released to family. The road was shut down for several hours while investigators pieced together what happened. It is back open to traffic this morning.
A driver is suspected of being under the influence in a crash in Okanogan County last night. Washington State Patrol says 49-year-old Juan Pacheco of Omak was driving east on Highway 20 at around 6:15 when he lost control and crashed into a tree. Pacheco had to be airlifted to a Seattle hospital. WSP has not said yet if he faces any charges.
If you take I-90 in Spokane, something to be aware of the next few days. Washington Department of Transportation will have mobile closures in both directions of I-90 from Geiger Boulevard near the Spokane Airport all the way out to Pines Road in Spokane Valley. We've highlighted the sections of the highway for you here. The closures are for street sweeping. The DOT says the closures will start, well, they actually started at 4 o'clock this morning and will go until about 1 this afternoon. Crews plan to be off the road during peak commute hours, but you should still be prepared to slow down if you're driving out there. This will wrap up Wednesday, August 27th.
Well, this morning we're taking a live look at Maxwell Street in West Central Spokane, where a new road construction project starts today. Crews will be closing Maxwell Avenue between Walnut and Elm Street in both directions for traffic signal upgrades. We have detours mapped out on your screen right here. The city of Spokane says this should last until September 19th. This work is part of a larger project which aims to improve bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure in this area. And in news across the nation this morning, President Trump vows to expand his military takeover beyond Washington, D.C. and into other American cities.
He says he is considering deploying the National Guard to Chicago, New York, and Baltimore next as he receives pushback for falsely claiming crime has spiraled out of control in various Democratic-led cities. ABC's Christian Cordero reports.
Nearly 2 weeks into the Trump administration's federal takeover of Washington, D.C., the president is shifting focus to other cities as he looks to expand the National Guard for a supposed crime-fighting mission.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York.
A U.S. official tells ABC News that planning is underway to send the National Guard to Chicago, but no official deployment has been ordered, and the Department of Defense declines to comment. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is pushing back against the president's claims about crime, writing, quote, "There is no emergency that warrants the president of the United States federalizing the Illinois National Guard. Donald Trump is attempting to manufacture a crisis." Former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel on CNN.
And my guess is when you look at what he did in D.C., He's not going to actually deal with crime. This is an attempt to get the goods through customs. This is an attempt to deal with cities that are welcoming cities, known as sanctuary cities, and deal with immigration.
New York's Governor Kathy Hochul also disputes Trump's claims, telling ABC News crime is down across New York City and statewide, and that the calls to use military power undermines the work being done. And in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore is responding to Trump's calls for leadership to, quote, clean up Baltimore. The governor there is touting the city's falling violent crime numbers, calling Trump hypocritical.
If you look at the president's budget, it actually cuts funding towards violence intervention groups. It cuts funding towards the bureaus of the FBI and the ATF that are supporting local jurisdictions like Baltimore.
Moore also adding,
it's unconstitutional. It's a direct violation of the 10th Amendment.
Despite the threats for military intervention, the White House does not have the same kind of authority over cities beyond Washington, D.C. When a governor calls up the National Guard at the request of the president, they can effectively police like law enforcement. When the president calls troops up without the governor's permission, the Guard's authority is limited to protecting federal buildings and personnel. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Good morning, Northwest Times, now 6 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, taking a live look outside this morning. Gorgeous skies. Wow.
Yeah, beautiful pink sky over Grangeville here, and it's kind of hard to see the valley floor on the campus prairie because we still have some smoke out there, but it's a lot better than this weekend. Coming up, we'll talk about when the hot, hazy weather finally ends.
And a new chapter in the saga of a suspected human smuggler. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is out of jail and has just hours to accept a plea deal that determines where he'll be deported. His choices are oceans apart.
And simple diet changes could protect your brain from Alzheimer's. New research shows that the diet that cut dementia risk by more than 1/3. We'll have a story about that in about 10 minutes right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pig Out in the Park.
Get RV show pricing now at every Blue Compass RV. All RVs must go, starting at $101 a month. Shop 100 plus locations coast to coast. That's over 15,000 new and used RVs to choose from, exclusively at Blue Compass RV. Hurry in today.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Moo Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Moo Fitness. If you're looking to add more elegance and security to your home, then check out the doors of possibilities from McVeigh Brothers. At McVeigh Brothers, they sell Therma-Tru doors with more than 300 different styles to choose from.
We're working for you. Figuring out how to best care for a senior in your family can be overwhelming. That's why several Spokane senior living communities have joined forces to bring you helpful, timely videos at kxly.com/seniorliving. Get expert advice, find trusted resources, and prepare your family for the future. Become informed because we know the needs of your loved ones will continue to change. Visit kxly.com/seniorliving today for helpful information and for people you can contact with your questions.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve. Also try liquid gels for fast and long-lasting pain relief.
This Labor Day, More Furniture is making it easier than ever to get that premium mattress you've been craving. Choose from premium brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy, and get 72 months interest-free financing. That's 72 equal monthly payments, no interest, and no money down. Plus free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Celebrate Labor Day with comfort, savings, and service you won't find anywhere else. More Furniture, Labor Day done right.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Get RV show pricing now at every Blue Compass RV. All RVs must go, starting at $101 a month. Shop 100 plus locations coast to coast. That's over 15,000 new and used RVs to choose from, exclusively at Blue Compass RV. Hurry in today.
Just about 10 minutes after 6, here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Donald Trump has tapped one of his closest aides for a high-profile diplomatic post.
Trump has named Sergio Gore as the next U.S. ambassador to India. Gore currently leads the White House Office of Presidential Personnel, where Trump credits him with filling more than 95% of federal jobs in record time. The president said he trusts Gore to carry out his agenda in what he described as the world's most populous region.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says a plan for security guarantees for his country will be ready in the coming days. He announced on social media that he spoke to the Dutch Prime Minister. He says they spoke about security guarantees and how the U.S. and European leaders are currently working on them.
New information this morning. Gilmar Abrego Garcia is now in immigration custody, ICE custody, after checking in with ICE at their Baltimore office. Abrego Garcia was released from a Tennessee jail last Friday, but is still facing charges related to human smuggling. The Trump administration is threatening to deport the Maryland resident. His lawyers say the Department of Homeland Security might try to send him to Uganda. At the same time, the government has offered him a plea deal that could mean deportation to Costa Rica instead, but that plea deal expires today.
A California parole board denied parole for Lyle Menendez. He is the older of the two brothers convicted of brutally murdering their parents in 1989. Both have been fighting for release, separately seeking clemency and a new trial. The brothers were both resentenced in May from life in prison without parole to 50 years to life with the possibility of parole.
Take away today in your forecast. That heat is still sticking around here from the weekend through the first part of this week. By midweek, we start to see a couple of changes. We begin to cool off, and we'll see less haze out there.
Well, summer travel is winding down, but our gas prices are not. According to Gas Buddy, a gallon of gas in Spokane is up 3.5 cents in the last week, averaging $4.04 a gallon. That's 14.8 cents higher than just a month ago and 25.4 cents more than we saw last year at this time. In Kootenai County, you're paying about $3.50 a gallon. Nationally, gas prices rose slightly to $3.16 per gallon. Gas Buddy thinks that we'll get some relief from these prices later this fall, which I'm sure is welcome news for all of us.
Sure is.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12.
You probably already know sugary cereals aren't the healthiest for you, but a recent study finds some of the ones marketed to kids are getting even worse, with more sugar, salt, and less of the good stuff. Right after the break, Consumer Reports walks you through what to look for in a breakfast cereal without taking the fun out of the sweetness.
And before we take that break, we're taking a live look at Maxwell, where we got some road construction starting today. It's going to be there for about a month. We'll tell you what you need to know to kind of adjust for your morning commute coming up a little later here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you after the break.
Wildfire season is here. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Chris Crocker.
We track the winds, the humidity, the lightning, because even the smallest change can lead to disaster.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay out.
Call Russell and Hill.
Mirajoy, the overwhelming relief after Miralax helps you go. Miralax works naturally with the water in your body. Miralax, free your gut to free your mood.
For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mira Fiber.
It's safe to say that a great day's work starts with a great night's sleep. So no matter what kind of job you have, Denver Mattress has the right mattress for you. So shop the Labor Day sale today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. And get a $300 gift. Or check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
We invite you to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together. As the area's only non-smoking casino, we're proud to be the place that treats you right. Stay and play. Enjoy live table games, your favorite gaming machines, and bet on your favorite players and sports with Caesars Sportsbook. Check out our event space for your next special gathering. We're located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Plan your visit today at Missisquoi.com.
Nothing says summer better than spending time on your deck. From the afternoon barbecues to the late night socials, the deck has become the most fun place to be. And nobody knows decking better than the pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
From composite to PVC or wood decking to beautiful railing options. If you're looking for a great new deck, Windsor has the best selection at the best prices.
Windsor Plywood.
Scott, I don't like to say, hey, Alexa. I changed my name of my Alexa to Ziggy. Do you know you can do that?
No.
Yeah?
But that's no surprise, because who else would you want to ask the question that you want an answer for?
Yeah, absolutely. You say, hey, Ziggy, what do I need to help build my deck or my pole building?
We have the answers that you need the majority of the time.
Yeah, experience. I love that about you guys. I mean, how long have you been here?
I have been here for over 24 years.
And he's only 27. It's a miracle. Ziggy's!
Yeah, Ziggy's. When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ziggy's Home Improvement.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. It is 6:16. You already know that sugary cereal isn't exactly a healthy food, but a recent study finds that breakfast cereals marketed to kids may be getting even worse. Sweeter, saltier, and less nutritious. Consumer Reports has tips to help you make smarter choices at the grocery store. Do your kids beg for those brightly colored boxes in the cereal aisle? A recent study took a close look at newly launched breakfast cereals between 2010 and 2023 that were geared to kids ages 5 to 12. Over that time, the fat, sodium, and sugar content trended higher, while some of the good stuff like protein and fiber dropped. When it comes to sugar, the numbers really jump out. On average, a single serving of cereal packed nearly 3 teaspoons of sugar. According to the study authors, that's about 45% of the maximum amount of added sugars the American Heart Association recommends a child have in an entire day. All this might have you looking beyond those brightly colored boxes. Consumer Reports has advice on how to choose a breakfast cereal that will offer your kids and your whole family a better balance of nutrition.
In our family, breakfast is a big deal. It's a real kickstarter to the day. And breakfast helps stabilize your blood sugar and keep you satiated so you're less likely to overeat later in the day.
Cereals are convenient and can be a good source of some nutrients. That's why choosing the right one can make all the difference.
When shopping for cereal, don't just look at the front of the box. Flip it over and take a close look at the ingredients list and the nutrition facts. Ingredients are listed in order of amount from most to least. So whole grains like whole wheat, oats, or barley should be the first ingredient.
Whole grains have fiber, which is great for your gut and keeps you full. You can further boost the fiber content of your cereal by adding in unsweetened, dried, or fresh fruit. Your cereal doesn't have to be sugar-free to make it a healthy breakfast, but try to choose one with less than 6 grams of added sugar per serving.
If your family's favorite cereal has more sugar than you'd like, don't feel like you have to give it up completely. Just try mixing it half and half with a lower sugar, higher fiber cereal. That way, everyone stays happy and you're sneaking in some extra nutrition. It's an easy way to find a good balance.
Cereal on its own isn't usually a major source of protein, but adding a cup of low-fat dairy or soy milk can add enough protein to help keep blood sugar steady. And your family healthy and ready to take on the day. And Consumer Reports says it's worth measuring what you pour. Most people serve themselves way more cereal than they realize. Pour your usual amount, then measure it so you know what you're really getting in terms of sugar, calories, and sodium.
Yeah, the pour that you have is a lot higher probably than the serving size. You learn that really quickly. Well, hey, a new study finds that the Mediterranean diet can lower the risk of dementia, even in people with a high genetic risk. In the study, more than 57,000 adults were tracked for more than 30 years. For those who followed that diet closely, they had fewer cases of dementia. People with 2 copies of the APOE4 gene, which increases Alzheimer's risk, saw up to a 35% reduction in risk when they stuck to this diet. The Mediterranean diet includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, nuts, and olive oil, and limits your red meats and your processed meats. Wow, that is wild to hear the results of that.
That's really, really encouraging. Here is a live look this morning. Sun's been up for about 20 minutes. And it's going to heat up, too.
It is, yes.
Weather alert today?
No, not today. But certainly, just look, this is a long stretch of heat. Just everybody Hopefully you're finding a way to stay cool out there. If you're not, you are probably not feeling your best right now, and you should probably not have sugary cereal, because I doubt that is going to help, just as an aside. 66 right now in Spokane, 62 in Coeur d'Alene. So our temperatures have cooled off at least a decent bit, especially kind of outside of some of the bigger cities like there in downtown Spokane. But still, there's plenty of places like Omak or like Willowiston that are only down into the 70s this morning. For this afternoon, the extreme heat warnings and heat advisories continue. For Spokane, for Coeur d'Alene, that heat advisory continues until Wednesday at 9. Extreme heat warning continues, where we're going to be looking at more chances for triple digits over the next couple of days. Maybe not so much Wednesday, but that's still part of that warning there. So more hot, hazy conditions. Will be up into the mid-80s by 11 o'clock. So it's not just that it's hotter in the afternoon, but you see that more rapid temperature rise as well. And so if you work outside, if this is kind of your first sojourn outdoors, you're staying in the AC all weekend, you're definitely going to be feeling it by the time we get to lunchtime. Mid-90s as we head to 2, 3 o'clock, and we just keep that on going here through your 5, 6 p.m. time frame. We'll be hovering right about 95, 96. It'll be the same case for tomorrow. The record in Spokane for Tuesday is only 96 degrees, so I think we have a very good chance of at least tying that record for tomorrow. For today, record's about 98, so we should stay largely below that. But it will be 98 in a few neighborhoods around the city. 102 at Omak, 100 Moses Lake, Wenatchee at 102. We hit a record 100 yesterday, 103 in the LC Valley. Either way, look, no matter where you go, it's going to be hot. And that continues as well in the I-90 corridor, where we'll see some upper 90s from Spokane Valley to downtown into the Meade area, and even upper 90s around the Rathdrum Prairie. So yeah, once you get into the bottom of the valley there, all that heat's coming off the mountainsides as well, and that really kind of ups those temperatures by a couple of degrees. The heat is going to break later this week. We have a little storm system that's going to just eat in right into the Pacific Northwest. That's going to help us out, give us a slight chance of rain. Just don't expect anything crazy here, but what the big reward is our temperatures dropping about 10 degrees by the time we get to Thursday. But it's not Thursday yet. It's Monday. You know what that means. It's time for Pet of the Week.
If you're looking for a small, quiet, and very soft pet for your family, consider adopting Hopscotch. Hopscotch is a 2-year-old floppy-eared looking rabbit who is very friendly, very curious, and very cute. Carrots are a favorite of his, and he loves meeting people and other rabbits. Rabbits can be litter box trained and are affectionate and social creatures. If you cannot adopt right now, but would like to help animals like Hopscotch, consider attending this year's annual dinner auction and fundraiser, Tales of Twilight, Saturday, September 6th at Companions Animal Center. To purchase a ticket before the deadline or for more information, visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org.
Oh, Hopscotch! So cute! Our hearts are melting over here.
Precious. Oh gosh, it's now 6:23.
Well, Cal Raleigh continues to break records this season, and with one swing of the bat in yesterday's game against the Athletics, the Big Dumper broke another MLB record. When we come back, we'll show you the monumental moment from yesterday's win. That's next in Morning Sports.
And as we take a break, here's a live look at your Monday morning. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Call now and receive $500 off.
If you like your Broadway hot, you'll love the musical blockbuster the New York Times calls a supersized all-out song and dance spectacular. Some Like It Hot. See the Tony and Grammy Award-winning Broadway show, created by the teams from Disney's Aladdin, Hairspray, and The Book of Mormon. Some Like It Hot. Some like it hot, and that ain't bad. Playing September 23rd through 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Call now and receive $500 off.
Raleigh certainly needs no introduction, but if you haven't been paying attention to him, there's no ignoring him now. Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Sydney Berger. The Big Dumper stands alone now after his 49th home run makes him the only catcher with that many homers in a single season ever. Raleigh's historic home run was actually his second of the day, his first one coming only 3 pitches into their series finale against the A's. Just an inning later, Raleigh's bat stayed scorching, and his 49th homer makes history into left field. Seattle would heat up, making this an 11-1 game by the 3rd inning. The M's would get the series win with a final score of 11-4 against the A's at T-Mobile Park. Finishing the weekend at home on a high note as well after a slight slump, the Mariners continue the final stretch of the regular season this afternoon against the Padres. And football fanatics, if you missed out on our sports special, you have 2 more chances to catch Jack Wallace and I diving deep into each local college team with exclusive interviews and predictions. You can get your fix on all things football from high school to the pro level on Countdown to Kickoff, streaming Wednesday and Thursday. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
It's a big weekend. First home Coug game this weekend.
Exciting.
Against the Vandals. See who comes out on top.
It's now 6:27.
Well, kids are heading back to the classroom soon, and there might be some new rules when it comes to when they can and can't use their cell phones. What students and parents need to know ahead of the school year. That's next. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, scare in the air.
I did wake up to one of the flight attendants jumping on my chair to get the fire extinguisher.
Passenger Adriana Novello on board Flight 357 Saturday with 160 passengers on board.
No, we'll stop here, please, American 357.
American 357, no problem. You can just hold there.
An American Airlines flight heading from Philly to Phoenix, diverting to Washington Dulles after a passenger's personal device caught fire.
We wound up having to do an emergency landing because there was a small fire in row 31 on our plane. I was in the exit row, so I wasn't super close to it. And I started smelling smoke, and a lot of people on the plane were coughing. But I looked behind me, and what we could tell was that there was something on fire in the aisle.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how flight attendants quickly jumped into action to put out that fire. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
I've been baking my entire life, so I love being in the kitchen. And I'm constantly furrowing my brows. So when some of my friends mentioned they got treated with Botox Cosmetic and were happy with the results, I booked my first consultation. Botox Cosmetic, it's been FDA approved for over 20 years, and it's the most studied product of its kind. I'm happy with my results. They're very natural looking.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms.
Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Taylor, and I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Falco Spokane, your fireplace specialists.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve. Also try liquid gels for fast and long-lasting pain relief.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you.
I called Craigsoft and Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
It is 6:31. We are following some breaking news. An Israeli airstrike struck a hospital in Khan Yunis, killing 4 journalists and at least 19 others. Among those killed, an Associated Press freelancer, a Reuters reporter, and 2 journalists from Al Jazeera. The Israeli military says it carried out the strike in an area that will investigate, stress it does not target journalists. Press freedom groups warn this is one of the deadliest attacks on journalists in Gaza. We'll continue following the story and bring you updates as they come in.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, August 25th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and our first alert forecast.
And it was a hot weekend, and the start of this week not going to be any different. Heat advisories up for Spokane, for Coeur d'Alene. Extreme heat warnings where triple digits are likely here over the next couple of days around the central part of Washington State and down the Snake River to the LC Valley. Right now, we've actually cooled off pretty easily in many areas. 50 in Colville, Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint in the 50s as well, along with St. Mary's. We're in the 60s in many places like Spokane, Pullman, Coeur d'Alene, but we're in the 70s in spots like Wenatchee and Lewiston. So that can be tough to deal with, especially if you have limited air conditioning at home. And we are going to heat up very, very quickly here again today. Mid-90s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene with some upper 90s in a few select neighborhoods with those low 100s across the Columbia Basin, even with a little bit of cloud cover added on today compared to the last couple of days around the region. So Omak hits 102 along with Grand Coulee. Moses Lake hits triple digits. We'll see 96 in Spokane, 97 in Coeur d'Alene. And remember, a few neighborhoods going to hit 98, 99 degrees around the I-90 corridor. So not a lot of changes. Still hot and hazy here all the way up through Tuesday. Our records are a little low on Tuesday, so we may be able to tie or break a couple around the inland Northwest again. The heat is going to break by the time we get to Thursday with some gusty and showery conditions here. We'll take you through some of the details leading up to that midweek change coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, we continue to tracking the wildfire burning more than 3,200 acres in northeast of Athol. This is known as the Sunset Fire. The Idaho Department of Lands updated this morning that containment is now at 32%. Crews are reminding boaters on Lake Pend Oreille to be mindful of the firefighting efforts. Maiden Rock Campground, located along the western shore of Lake Pend Oreille, is closed until further notice, since it is within the Forest Service closure area. And here's a look at the perimeter of the fire this morning. Helicopters continue assisting firefighting efforts using water drops there. The Sunset Fire sparked back on August 13th.
You will want to remind your kids to keep those cell phones in their pockets or in their backpacks during class this school year. About 75% of schools surveyed have a policy in place to restrict cell phone use, according to the state superintendent. Spokane Public Schools implemented different cell phone restrictions based on grade level last year. Cheney Public Schools will have similar rules in place this fall. According to a study from Common Sense Media, young people receive hundreds of notifications on their phones every day, a quarter of which come during the school day. The state superintendent writing, as an education system, we have a responsibility to protect the learning environment, removing disruptions and ensuring our policies are updated regularly to address emerging needs.
The cell phone ban will be lifted for high school students in the Coeur d'Alene School District this year, but only during lunch periods. This was decided at a school board meeting earlier this month. The student-led advisory group shared proposed procedure changes that would allow high school students to use their phones during lunch. In their presentation, the students highlighted safety as a main concern.
There was more students leaving the campus, which is obviously a safety concern for a multitude of reasons. Less students were using our hot lunch program, less students were going and using the DECA store, and there's just a lot of external factors that happen when students are outside the building versus inside the building during that 30-minute lunch period.
The board approved this procedural change to the policy at the meeting. The change will be in place by the time the students head back to school on September 2nd, which is next week. The student advisory group will continue to update the board with its initiative's progress every month.
If you're looking for some last-minute fun with the kids before school starts, you can check out Spokane's Northeast Community Center tomorrow. It's holding a back-to-school street fair during the Hilliard Farmers Market. You will find free food for your family, local vendors, a kid fun zone, and free resources like legal aid and information on different community support programs in the area. This starts at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Good morning, Northwest Times, now 6:36.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, taking a live look outside. Get used to that sun beating down on us.
Yes, a little bit of cloud cover, as you can see here. The look at Lewiston is going to help. You can also see the haze as well. We'll show you what's up next with the haziness of the air quality and the very orange sunrises we've seen lately. Coming up.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, Ghislaine Maxwell denies Epstein's client list exists in a prison interview with CHOP Justice officials and moves to a minimum security facility. What this means for the ongoing case. That's next.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Check engine light on, brake squeaking. Don't guess, just bring it into Perfection Tire.
Complete service and certified technicians, we can fix it. And right now, save big with rebates on select Cooper tires.
Nobody beats perfection.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. From McVeigh Brothers.
It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds now on sale. So you can take home our coolest deal. Up to 50% off our limited edition smart bed plus free premium delivery when you add an adjustable base. Only at Sleep Number.
The swimsuit season has arrived, and that means extra time in the gym to look good this summer at Move Fitness.
Time to get it on.
From squats and lunges for the booty to curls for the girls, Move Fitness has the classes and machines to make this summer your best. And you can get it all for about $1 a day.
Time to get it on.
Move Fitness.
This year marks a powerful milestone, 90 years of Social Security. Since President Roosevelt signed it into law in 1935, it's been a cornerstone of economic security. Over the past 9 decades, not a single payment has been missed. That's not just reliability. It's a testament to the strength and success of one of America's most trusted institutions. AARP Spokane invites you to a celebration event on August 14th. Gather with your neighbors, meet new friends, and take action to protect what you've earned. Find out more and register at this website.
Medicare options for Freddie.
No, not Freddie. Eddie.
Are you still there, Freddie? Okay, aging needs.
Agent, please.
From tires to tune-ups, Perfection Tire is your one-stop shop.
And right now, save big with rebates on select Cooper tires.
Quality you can trust at our lowest prices. Nobody beats perfection.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. It's now 6:39. The family of one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims is blasting the Justice Department after it released recordings from a meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell.
In the tapes, the convicted sex trafficker can be heard downplaying her role with Epstein and clearing some of his most powerful friends of wrongdoing. Rhiannon Alley has that story.
This morning, new outrage over a meeting between the Justice Department and Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell.
There's no list. There's never been a list.
And you never heard Mr. Epstein talk about such a list?
Never.
The family of Virginia Giuffre, one of Maxwell's victims, now slamming the DOJ, saying it gave Maxwell a, quote, platform to rewrite history, adding, the content of these transcripts is in direct contradiction with felon Ghislaine Maxwell's conviction for child sex trafficking. The fierce criticism coming after the DOJ released recordings of Maxwell's meeting with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the country's second highest ranking law enforcement official and President Trump's former personal attorney.
I did introduce him to women. I did, but not underage women.
Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking minors, also claimed that none of Epstein's powerful friends was involved in anything illegal, including Presidents Trump and Clinton.
I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
You're not aware of President Clinton ever going to the island?
He never, absolutely never went.
Just days after her interview with Blanche, Maxwell was moved to a minimum security prison in Texas. Giuffre's family calling the move a, quote, travesty of justice, while an attorney for dozens of alleged victims stresses that Maxwell has a history of lying and was already charged with perjury. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Takeaways today in your forecast. That heat going to be rolling on for the time being. We will be cooler, less hazy as well heading into the middle of this week.
President Donald Trump is once again going after one of his critics. This time it is former New Jersey governor and fellow Republican Chris Christie. Trump hinted on social media that he might reopen the long-closed Bridgegate scandal that happened when Christie was governor. Several members of Christie's administration were accused of orchestrating lane closures on the George Washington Bridge in 2013 as political retribution. The president said Christie never took responsibility for what happened and accused him of lying about his role in the incident. 2 members of Christie's administration were found guilty, but the Supreme Court threw out convictions in 2020. Good morning, Northwest Time is 6:42.
We are coming up on the end of summer, but it's still the perfect time to start saving for the holidays. After the break, financial experts reveal how planning now prevents thousands in credit card debt later. Money Saving Monday is next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom. And 60 months, no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
I changed my name of my Alexa to Ziggy. Did you know you can do that?
No,
Yeah?
but that's no surprise because who else would you want to ask the question that you want an answer
Yeah,
for?
absolutely. You can say, hey, Ziggy, what do I need to help build my deck or my pole building? Ziggy's!
Yeah, Ziggy's.
Have you or someone you know lived, worked, or enjoyed time in Lincoln County in the last 10 years?
If so, you've likely been exposed to Libby amphibole asbestos. 1 in 4 screened have developed an asbestos-related disease. Hope is here. The Center for Asbestos-Related Disease, CARD in Libby, provides free screenings, care, and resources to those impacted by asbestos exposure. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Contact the CARD Clinic, comprehensive care for exposure and disease.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Head out for an unforgettable adventure, or take a sporty sedan for a spin, all while driving with confidence. See what makes Honda the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.49% APR on a 2025 HRV.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:45. Now, summer may be winding down here, but it's still the best time to start saving for the holidays.
Hard to think about it, but financial experts say spending a little bit of time planning now will save you money this holiday season. Kirsten O'Connor breaks down the savings in this edition of Money Saving Monday.
Some shoppers wait for the string lights and snow to start making a holiday budget. But financial experts say last-minute shopping adds up fast, and charging a credit card can cost you thousands in the long run.
So, for example, a $2,000 debt on your average credit card might not sound like a lot, but if you're making minimum payments, that could take you 31 years to pay that off and cost you about $10,000.
Baron Saxton with Canopy Credit Union says if you want to save big ahead of the holiday rush, do some planning now.
Just make a list. Make a list of everything you're going to need. Okay, I'm going to X amount of parties. This is how much I need to pay for travel. A monthly amount going towards your savings account is going to feel a lot less stressful and is going to be a lot more manageable than that total amount all at once.
Saxton recommends keeping your holiday savings separate from your rainy day fund and automate your transfers.
So the more you have to think about your savings, the less successful it will be.
Ask if your bank or credit union offers a holiday account that builds a little boost in interest.
It has to be set up with that automatic transfer. It incentivizes that automation, but it also incentivizes not pulling out that money early. And if you don't, you get to keep that little bonus of that extra interest.
With this Money Saving Monday, I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
Yeah, it's hard to think that far in advance, but I guess any planning sets you up for success, right?
Sure does.
You just got to find that 5 minutes in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got to plan for another hot day today, too.
Oh, Yep, planning on finding a nice cool glass of tea and some air conditioning, all those sorts of things. It's not too bad right now. So, if you want to get a little walk in, you don't want to wait too long before we start heating up, and you'll really start to feel it once we get past about 8 o'clock or so. 66 right now. Few areas of high cloud cover off the distance here, but otherwise a really nice start to the morning. Moderate air quality continuing around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, and everybody is pretty much in the moderate range from Pullman to Lewiston down to Grangeville on the Camas Prairie, and that is a big change in the positive direction. We were in the red. We were in the purple in some places like Lapwai and Julietta yesterday. So nice to see the winds shifting a little bit, taking some of this nasty wildfire smoke from down, say, around the Selway River and other parts of the Bitterroot Wilderness there on the Idaho side, taking that smoke away from us for the time being. And that will continue again this afternoon. Everything kind of getting pushed away from us for the time being, but still plenty of haze in our skies as those winds are not very strong. We will have a chance, I think, around Shoshone County and parts of Kootenai County to perhaps see a little bit of smoke and lowered air quality try to work its way back in early on Tuesday morning. But after that, I'm expecting a long-term trend of us getting less and less hazy over time. There is a little bit of wet weather and cloud cover down in places like Oregon and southern Idaho. Here, we're just seeing some of that high to medium cloud cover, which is going to help take the edge off of some of this heat without that sun directly beating down. With a little bit of added moisture, though, we are also going to likely see 1 or 2 thunderstorms in the next couple of days developing across the North Cascades. There are fire weather warnings here for dry lightning and some gusty winds, particularly for the Leavenworth and Winthrop areas. So folks around the Methow Valley and on the west side of Okanogan County, something to keep in mind here when it comes to the afternoon. Just be careful out there. So we'll continue with the haziness through Tuesday. By the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, we start to see things get a little breezy, some isolated storms out there as well, but I'm not expecting anything crazy when it comes to rain chances. And we will see those temperatures drop a good 10 degrees from where they're at today to what we will see on Thursday, and kind of stay in that much more comfortable range heading into Labor Day weekend. So that is nice to see that this heat is going to break without a ton of drama along with it either.
Yeah, no drama needed.
Yeah.
No, please no.
Matt, thanks.
It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save $12,250 off new Sierra 1500 Denali's or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
We invite you to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together. As the area's only non-smoking casino, we're proud to be the place that treats you right. Stay and play, enjoy live table games, your favorite gaming machines, and bet on your favorite players and sports with Caesars Sportsbook. Check out our event space for your next special gathering. We're located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Plan your visit today at Missisquoi.com.
The pain level was over 10, and my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports there. It was the first time that I had no pain.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you, so you don't have to worry about a thing.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help. So I called Craig Swap & Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap & Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start. And we do everything from drain cleaning to trenchless sewer repair. So if you want plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber. And call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save up to $14,000 or 3.9% APR on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint.
Oh, the weekend is now over, but the heat is still here. Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking more toasty temperatures this morning.
A new school year, new rules. Some districts are cracking down on cell phones in class, what students can and can't do with their devices this fall.
But first, we're following some breaking news. An overnight Israeli airstrike hit a hospital in Khan Yunis, killing 4 journalists and at least 19 people. Among those killed, an Associated Press freelancer, a Reuters reporter, and 2 journalists from Al Jazeera. The Israeli military confirms it carried out this strike in that area and will investigate, stressing it does not target journalists. Press freedoms groups warn that this is one of the deadliest attacks on journalists in Gaza so far. And for more information on this strike and the continued conflict in Gaza, tune into Good Morning America. That starts at 7.
And in your weather forecast, things are looking hot again today. Hot, hazy conditions will already be up in the mid-80s and upper 80s by lunchtime. And we're going to be feeling that heat, even with a little bit of cloud cover to take the edge off of the sun beating down for this afternoon. Highs today about 95, 96 degrees, but there are going to be some neighborhoods around the north side of Spokane, East Spokane, into the valley that are going to be hotter than that, where we'll be talking about 98 to 99 degrees.
And tracking wildfire burning more than 3,200 acres northeast of Athol. It's known as the Sunset Fire. The Idaho Department of Lands updated this morning that containment has increased to 32%. Crews are reminding boaters on Lake Pend Oreille to be mindful of the firefighting efforts. Maiden Rock Campground, located along the western shore of Lake Pend Oreille, is closed until further notice. Now here's a look at the perimeter of the fire this morning. Helicopters continue assisting firefighting efforts using water drops. Sunset Fire sparked August 13th.
We are following some breaking news in St. Mary's of a deadly car fire. According to the Idaho State Police, a vehicle caught fire early yesterday afternoon on Reeds Creek Road. The driver, a 60-year-old man from St. Mary's, flown to a hospital with serious injuries. 2 kids were also in that car. One of them did not survive. The other was not hurt and released to the family. The road was shut down for several hours while investigators pieced together what happened. Right now, it's back open to traffic.
A driver suspected of being under the influence in a crash in Okanogan County last night. Washington State Patrol says 49-year-old Juan Pacheco of Omak was driving east on Highway 20 around 6:15 when he lost control and crashed into a tree. Pacheco had to be airlifted to a Seattle hospital. WSP did not say if he faces any charges yet.
Well, if you take I-90 in Spokane, something to be aware of for the next few days here. Washington Department of Transportation will have mobile closures in both directions of I-90, all the way from Geiger Boulevard near the Spokane Airport to the Pines Road exit in Spokane Valley. You can see a highlighted section of the highway here for you. The closures are for street sweeping. The DOT says the closures started at 4 o'clock this morning and will go until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll wrap up on Wednesday, August 27th.
And this is a live look at Maxwell Street in West Central Spokane, where a new road construction project begins today. Crews will close Maxwell Avenue between Walnut and Elm Streets in both directions for traffic signal upgrades. We have detours mapped out right here on your screen. The city of Spokane says this should last until September 19th. This work is part of a larger project which aims to improve bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure in the area.
You'll want to remind your kids to keep their cell phones in their pockets or in their backpacks during class this school year. About 75% of schools surveyed have a policy in place to restrict cell phone use, according to the state superintendent. Spokane Public Schools implemented different cell phone restrictions based on grade level last year, and Cheney Public Schools will have similar rules in place this fall. They start school tomorrow.
The cell phone ban will be lifted for high school students in the Coeur d'Alene School District this year, but only during lunch periods. This was decided at a school board meeting earlier this month. The student-led advisory group shared proposed procedure changes that would allow high school students to use their phones during lunch. In their presentation, the students highlighted safety as a main concern.
There was more students leaving the campus, which is obviously a safety concern for a multitude of reasons. Less students were using our hot lunch program, less students were going and using the DECA store, and there's just a lot of external factors that happen when students are outside the building versus inside the building during that 30-minute lunch period.
Thrilled that the board approved this procedural change to the policy at the meeting. The change will be in place by the time students head back to school September 2nd.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray prepping for a hot stretch here. It's coming up after this commercial break.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
Former
malfunction.
Should we push the timeline?
Will it hold?
Should we outsource?
What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller.
Faster.
Even cheaper.
Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
A little bit of a haze in our skies as it's been throughout the entire weekend. Not much is going to change over the next couple of days, but once we get into Wednesday, we're going to start to see that heat come down a little bit, and that haze will start to get blown away by the return of some stronger westerly winds. So by the time we get to Thursday, a 10-degree drop in temperatures. There will be a chance of an isolated shower or storm, but I'm not expecting anything major when it comes to wet weather. That's probably good news as we head towards your Labor Day weekend. It's looking pretty nice for now.
Sure is.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We'd appreciated having you along for the morning. We'll see you throughout GMA. It starts now.